Have you ever looked at a photo and felt your entire reality shatter in real time? I'm staring at my boyfriend of 6 years, the man I just ate takeout with on Tuesday, kissing a stranger in a post tagged New Beginnings. But here's the kicker. According to him, we broke up in February. He just forgot to mention it to me while I was still paying his rent, washing his sheets, and funding the very life he was using to replace me. He wanted the freedom of being single with the security of my paycheck. Well, he's about to find out exactly how much freedom costs when the lights go out. If you've ever been used by someone who mistook your loyalty for a weakness, this story is for you. Today, we're looking at a masterclass in the silent exit. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and let's get into how I turned his misunderstanding into his worst financial nightmare. The setup, the invisible foundation. My name is Teresa. I'm 28, and if you saw me at 3 a.m., I'd be in a Navy tactical vest patrolling a downtown complex. I work night security to pay for my criminal justice degree. I make $42,000 a year. It's not influencer money, but it's honest and it's mine. Then there's Simon. Simon worked part-time at a boutique, bringing in maybe $18,000. He was the charmer. You know the type? The guy who lights up a room but never remembers to buy toilet paper. For 6 years, I was the floor he walked on. I covered the rent, the utilities, the groceries, the quiet costs of adulthood that Simon seemed to think were provided by the universe. I trusted him. I thought his weekend trips to visit his sister were just him needing space. I thought my long shifts were our way of building a future. I didn't realize I wasn't building a future. I was subsidizing a transition. The discovery. The grainy truth. It happened in a parking lot before my shift. I was scrolling Instagram when I saw a post from a mutual friend, Nolan. In the background of a party photo, there was Simon. He was wearing the black jacket I had folded for him 3 days ago. He was laughing, a light, easy laugh I hadn't seen in months, and his arm was around a woman named Dalia. My stomach didn't just drop. It turned into lead. I messaged Nolan, asking if Simon was at that party. His reply came back so fast it felt like a slap. Wait, I thought you guys broke up months ago? He's been bringing Dalia around since February. February. It was currently September. For 7 months, I had been a roommate in the story he told the world, while being a wife in the bed we shared. I called Nolan, my voice sounding like it belonged to a ghost. He told me the version of the truth Simon had been selling, that I was controlling, that things were unhealthy, that we were just figuring out the living situation until he could get on his feet. The deep betrayal, the parallel reality. I spent the next 3 hours in my car, diving into the digital evidence of my own erasure. I found his dating profiles. He had cropped me out of our vacation photos, so cleanly, it was surgical. My birthday dinner? He kept the candlelight and his smile, but sliced my arm out of the frame. I was literally being used as advertising material for my replacement. But the heat in my blood turned to white-hot rage when I called his sister, Elena. Teresa, he told us you two split in the winter, she whispered. He said you made him feel trapped. My mom has been sending him money for extra rent because he said his living situation was unstable. He wasn't just cheating. He was running a multi-level marketing scheme on his own life. He was taking money from his mother for rent I was already paying. He was using my stability to look like a catch for Dalia. The extraction. Moving in silence. I didn't scream. I didn't send a frantic text. I called my friend Wyatt. Wyatt is the kind of guy who doesn't ask, "How do you feel?" He asks, "Where do you want the boxes?" The next 48 hours were a clinical extraction. While Simon was on his romantic weekend with Dalia, I was deconstructing our life. I photographed every drawer. I packed my desk, my books, the sofa my aunt gave me, and the TV I paid for. I watched the apartment transform from a home into a hollowed-out stage. I called the landlord. The lease was month to month in my name. I gave my notice. Then I made the calls that felt the best. Electric, gas, internet, water. Yes, I'd like to disconnect service effective Monday morning. The final loss. Bruno. The hardest part was Bruno, my dog. Simon loved him, or at least he performed love for him. But Bruno was mine. His chip was in my name. I wasn't leaving the only creature who hadn't lied to me in that apartment. When I led Bruno out the door for the last time, the silence of the empty rooms felt like a victory. I left a single note on the counter. Simon, I know about Dalia. I know about the breakup in February. The utilities shut off Monday. Your half of this month is covered. After that, you're on your own. The fallout was spectacular. Monday morning, the single life Simon had been rehearsing finally started charging him full price. He called his sister crying because the power was out. She told him to grow up and hung up. He showed up at my job at 2 a.m., banging on the glass doors, begging for a misunderstanding talk. I watched him on the security monitors, the same monitors I used to keep people safe. He looked small. He looked like a man who had lost his remote control and realized he didn't know how to turn on the TV. Then came the best part. Dalia found out. When she realized she wasn't the new beginning, but the side project he was building while I paid for his socks, she dumped him publicly. A week later, I saw him outside my new studio. He tried the old script. 6 years has to mean something, Teresa. I looked him in the eye and said, it did. It meant I was loyal. It meant I was a partner. But you didn't want a partner. You wanted a transition plan with padding. You didn't lose love, Simon. You lost access. And that's a misunderstanding. You're going to have to live with at your mom's house. Looking back, I realized I wasn't heartbroken. I was free. I stopped being useful and started being happy. Some people don't see your loyalty as a gift to be returned. They see it as a resource to be mined. Once you stop the supply, the charmer usually runs out of magic pretty fast. If Simon's face on that security camera gave you a sense of justice, smash that like button. Have you ever had to pull the plug on someone using you? Let me know your aha moment in the comments below. Stay sharp, stay loyal to yourself, and I'll see you in the next story.